Today, we're being Christmas hipsters because we're talking about Jesus before he was even born. Welcome back, everyone, to a festive edition of The Glog. This is the show where we take a little bit of a vlog, a lot of bit of God, and make it into videos where you can ask questions, and we're going to try to answer some. And today, because, we're getting in the spirit of Christmas, I thought, let's take a break from, Santa and elves and presents and all that stuff, and let's get down to what Christmas is really about, and that is about Jesus. Now, if you're someone who doesn't believe in Jesus or doesn't know about him, I'm about to lay down some stuff for you that might open your eyes to see a different perspective than what you may think about Jesus. And that is that Jesus, or at least the idea of him, was around way before Christmas even took place, before he was even born. That's right. The Old Testament, that part of the Bible, with like Moses and David, all the stuff before Jesus, yeah, that talked about him too. I have my trusty, cell phone down here to help me out because there's a lot, and I'm not even going to get to touch all of it, even though I want to, but we have a limited amount of time, and I want to talk about as much of it as possible. So let's just jump right into it. First of all, we have Bible verses in Isaiah, which happened long before Jesus was even alive. And they talked about the fact that there would be a virgin, or at least in some, I believe, in some of the translations, there would be a virgin that would give birth and name her son Emmanuel, which is exactly what happened when Jesus was born, which is crazy to think that that would even be a prophecy that would even take place before Jesus was alive. It was a prediction that people made before he was even born. Another one that was also in Isaiah is the fact that the Son will be a ruler of peace, a wonderful counselor, Prince of Peace, mighty God, eternal Father. And this was way before Jesus was around, so they didn't even know about what Jesus would later say. This is all based off of what they prophesized, what they believed, and it turned out to be the exact truth because God stuck to what he said. He said he'd do this, he did it. He stuck to his word. And then we also have Psalms, which is a really great one, I think. It talks about the fact that this person, this Savior, would have things pierced in his hands, at least some in some translations, that people would gamble over his clothing, and that they were dogs to him. And you know what? That's exactly what happened to Jesus when he died. People gambled over his clothes, he was pierced in his hands, people laughed at him and acted like dogs to him, basically. That is exactly what happened to him. Even more so, we can see that Jesus was even stabbed. We know because he was like whipped and beaten, and that is exactly what is described in other Bible verses way before Jesus was alive. How did they know? Because God stuck to his promise and he did deliver. And finally, possibly the best one I can give you is from Isaiah, which basically states that this Savior that God would send would take the punishment that we deserved, right, for the things we've done, and he would take it upon himself to be punished. That way we could live with God. And that is God's ultimate gift for us for Christmas. He gave us Jesus, the fact that he took our punishment to save us. And that prophecy, that idea, happened way before Jesus was alive, and we can see that it was the truth. That's what took place on Christmas. So in the end, we're going to open a bunch of presents. We're going to get a lot of different really cool gifts, I'm sure, for Christmas. You might get that new Xbox you wanted, you might get the new iPhone 7, you might get some really cool stuff. But in the end, there's only one thing that can truly make a life change, and that is the gift of Jesus. I hope you think about that the next time you're thinking about Christmas. I hope you enjoyed this vlog also. Make sure to subscribe to catch new ones. I'm going to try to upload another Christmas-themed one right around Christmas time. That way you can stay festive. But thank you all so much for watching, and everyone, Merry Christmas.